Hello and welcome back to another episode of Cream Puff Plays Minecraft. I'm a little annoyed. In fact, I'm very annoyed. I'm uber annoyed. I'm exceptionally annoyed. Because last night I recorded an episode. It was initially going to be 15 minutes long and ended up being a full half hour with lots of good stuff. Lots of wonderful things. And I finished recording. I turned Bandicam off. And then I went to, what I usually do is go and check the recording, obviously see if everything worked fine, and it didn't load. VLC crashed as soon as I loaded it, and I thought, oh, that's a bugger. But VLC's a bit, it could be a bit finickety anyway, so I tried to load it up in Windows Movie Player. I can't remember, it's not Windows Media Player, but the new one. I think it's called like Films and TV or some crap like that on Windows 10. So I open it up in that and it doesn't play. There's a black screen, but all of the noise is there, all the sound is there. So I kind of thought, well, obviously the file's there. I mean, it's 40 something gigabytes. It's there, but it's not there. It's not loading. It's not right. So I spent all night, and I do mean all night. I was up until about... I don't mean all night. That's a lie. I spent about 3 hours or 2 hours trying to fix it. I tried a program called DivFix. Nothing. It just crashed as soon as I opened it. I tried to convert it through VLC. No. I tried an app called Pod Player or Poo Player or Pog Player or Pogo Player or something like that, because apparently that works with corrupted files really well and can still usually work with them. I'm just wandering around aimlessly here, as you probably can tell. And that didn't load it. That crashed immediately. Windows Media Player crashed immediately. So the only thing that managed to work was a command line app called FFmpeg, which most people might have some form of on their computer because it's used to play back most codecs. And so I did this whole command line thing to try and fix it, and it looked like it was working, and I was happy. And then it spat out a file that had a thumbnail, so I was even happier because my previous file didn't have a thumbnail. But I go to load it, and it still crashes VLC. I can't open it in Adobe Premiere. I can't open it in anything. It just will not load. So I haven't given up because I want that episode to still exist because I thought it was really good. I really liked it. I was a little bit hypo. I'm not sure why. No idea, because I was actually feeling quite tired when I did it, but it was a good episode. And it's gone forever now, which has made me upset. So I'm recording this one. This will be short. This isn't going to be another, I'm going to make a 10-minute video and you're going to get 4 hours of stuff. No. This is actually going to be a short episode because I just want to go over what we did in the last episode and where we're going to go to from here. So the last episode that you saw, the last one that worked, we built our enchanting building, which I'm just running back to now, taking some damage along the way because you know how we roll. We tuck our legs up in front of us and fall forward. So the enchanting kind of building, which is over there, which I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it actually does look a bit magic-y, like a bit more enchanty than something like that. I think it's the stone and the kind of the shapes that we got going on. I quite like it. I think I might use that. That was some crazy lag. It was like a full second between hitting myself and actually taking damage. Yes, I was hitting myself. I was slapping myself in the face hole. So here it is. And so we go in and I actually spent about an hour breeding and killing cows. And literally, I was breeding them. I would run around out here trying to find if there was any more cows. And then by the time I get back, they were ready for another breed. And then I'd do that and then kill some and blah, blah, blah. And I was just did that for ages, and it was so annoying. But we have enough. There's 15 bookshelves around here, which is the minimum that you need for a level 30 enchant, as I will show you. Oh, don't look. Yep, full level 30, fortune 2 on the iron shovel. Kind of pointless unless I want just dirt. I was going to say dirt loads of gravel. Crap loads of gravel. But we enchanted ourselves a pick. We actually enchanted ourselves 2 picks, and one was Unbreaking 3 and Efficiency 3, I think, which is really annoying for a level 30 enchant. And then I noticed that the next enchant was going to be efficiency 4. So I went and we enchanted another pick. We got efficiency 4, fortune 2. And I merged the two. Probably, like, when you think about it, probably a daft idea to merge the two, because I could just carry the 2 picks around with me. But I just, you know what? Actually, now that I've thought about it, that was a really stupid idea. Because now I just have the 1 pick, and yeah, it's unbreaking, efficiency, and fortune. But if I just kept the efficiency and the unbreaking, that would be my work, hack away at stuff pick. And then my fortune pick, which was efficiency 4 and fortune, would be my fortune pick. Okay, so this pick, which we've called Pixel, because I tend to call all of my picks Pixel, until you guys offer me a better suggestion, you know. Yeah, that actually cost us 6 diamonds, and as you can see, a lot of levels, because once I enchanted both those, I then had to merge the 2, which cost me 12 levels, even though it only cost me 6 to enchant the 2. So I actually feel like quite the idiot. And we've come over here to show you this is another house that we have built here. So there's a number of things wrong with it, and I'll just talk about a little about what it is. So I initially designed this house for KMB Bug for a world that she was creating that was full of kind of Victorian houses, for want of a better term. I kind of designed this. Initially it was stone brick, the inside here is wool, and then stone brick down here, and then just the birch. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to redesign it so it's kind of could work in this world. So I changed out the stone brick for cobblestone, because I kind of viewed this house as being a bit cheaper. So it's a bit on the poorer side of the market, I guess, you know, because it's quite small, as you can see. The strange thing is, it's 3x3 on the inside, which is exactly the same size as these Goliath houses in here. So it's the same size, and yet it takes up minuscule amounts of space. And then I changed this out to oak just because I wasn't really sure yet. But it doesn't work. It doesn't look right. As you can, like if I come across here, you can see it just doesn't blend. It sticks out like a sore thumb. So we need to figure out what to do about that. And here's what I'm thinking. We're going to swap that out for stone brick. I'm going to swap this out for spruce. And see what that looks like. And if that still doesn't look right, I might change the roof up a little bit so it looks more like something like that. It's kind of similar to that. It's just got more of a sweeping motion before it's got the kind of dome on top. Whereas this one kind of goes... So it kind of, it's quite sharp and then curves and makes the thing. This is more of a kind of a gentle gradient and then upward slope into the curve. Okay, so if you're kind of interested in that, whereas this is kind of a big pointy top as well as the roof over in the enchanting table. So I want to muddle around with that and see if I can make that work, because it's not right and I don't like it. So what we might do, actually, because that's all we did in that last episode, can you believe it? It went for 27 minutes and all I did was enchant a pick and build that small house, and it took that long. But I kind of felt like it took that long because I'm doing what I did now, which is jabber on like an idiot. So next time you see me, hopefully this house will look more like it fits in with this city more. I'll see you in a second. So switched it all up to spruce and stone brick, and I gotta say it does look better. It does blend better, and I reckon this is actually I think this is a really important tip, I guess, in when you're working with kind of different styles of buildings. Like having that same palette really helps. So having the cobblestone up there, it didn't match anything else. I've still left some cobblestone down here just to kind of denote that it is a like a cheaper building. So instead of the full stone brick foundation, it's all cobblestone. And I'm thinking I might even change this to cobblestone as well, just to give it just to see what it looks like. And see how we go. See, we can get away with that. I might leave the stone brick stairs there, but you can see that it just brings it in some more. So it doesn't have the wings, which I may or may not change. I might actually, now that I'm looking at it, I might give it the similar top to this, so that kind of idea. Just so, again, it brings it in a little bit more. But I think it actually works now, which is good, because I was really worried that it wasn't going to. And if it didn't, then I wasn't really sure. Oh, I wasn't really sure. That's the wrong way. What I was going to do. So if we pop that there, that up there, just a little bit of embellishment, just to see what it looks like. And hopefully, I guess the proof of the pudding is whether or not any of my villagers want to go in there. Yeah, you see, that's quite nice. I could even come out a little bit with a step, but I don't think it needs it. And I realised I haven't changed any of this yet. So yeah, I just wanted to do a little episode just to update you guys, because obviously the episode that I did record is no longer, which is just insanely irritating. 1, 2, 3, 4, and of course I wasn't going to make enough, because I never do. And finish you off. And there we go. Beautiful. Just to fill you guys in on what we did. So we now have obviously our pickaxe. We now have our enchanting table. So my next step is I'm going to have to do a little bit of mining. Get myself prepared, because we're going to the nether. That's the plan. The plan is the nether. The nether is the plan. But one thing I did talk about, I probably talked about for a little bit too long, and I'm wary of time. I know it's been about 10 minutes, and I don't want to go much longer. So I've been thinking about some things I want to add to the world, and it all started with I was sitting down here, kind of trying to get these stupid, big-nosed, idiotic pieces of poop crap. Bloody hell! I don't think they're that bad. I was down here figuring out what to do with those villagers that just won't come back up again. And I thought, how am I going to make this spawner down here? How am I going to make it meaningful? And by that, I mean, how am I going to merge it into the world? Because at the moment, I've built all of this, and it's here. It's a thing. But it's just a thing. Like, it's just dug into a cave. And I spent ages doing it. I mean, that episode was only like 20 minutes long or something, but honestly, that took me about 3 hours. And I was thinking, like, what can I do? What can I do to make it so that it's part of something? So I got the idea. I've been playing Darkest Dungeons a lot, and I'm a huge fan of H.P. Lovecraft. And so for all those that aren't familiar with Lovecraft, you are probably familiar with at least Cthulhu, his most famous creature. So he's a horror writer, and all of his stories, or at least a lot of his stories, are all about people messing with summoning what he called the old gods, or the old ones. Now, I'm starting to think of kind of some ideas for this world and things to flesh out the story behind this world. And one of the things I started thinking is we have this nether. And obviously it's a bit hellish. It's another dimension. It's freaky. It's full of weird, twisted, demented creatures. Why can't that be like the realm of the old gods? And then I started thinking about the fact that if it's like the realm of the old gods, time doesn't work the same there. There's different rules in that realm. So I started to think, well, it very much sounds like kind of the realm of the old gods, or the old ones from Lovecraft. So what I want to do is scattered around the landscape, because I do plan on building more than just this town. This is just kind of the start, and then we're going to get bigger and better. I'm going to build many, many things. I've got some ideas, but I want to build like old ruined temples around the place. And I want them to be temples to the old ones, if that makes sense. So they're going to be kind of, they don't have to be huge. It could just be shrines around the place, but kind of crumbled and cracking and breaking. And I thought down here where the nether portal is I'm thinking I might build a temple, like an old ones temple, a temple to the old ones, or the old gods, I might say, down here. So kind of coming out around here, there used to be kind of a temple, and lands just kind of filled up on top of it, and this cave kind of collapsed. And I'm even thinking about bringing all of this down like a big collapsed area and merge that into kind of a feature of the town. And then the temple will kind of be in here, and the spawner will be part of the temple. So it's kind of like, you know, strange creatures, or even it was like a sacrificial spawner, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's just some ideas that I'm having, but I still need to develop what this kind of thing is going to look like. So that's a plan for up ahead. But before we do that, well, maybe not before we do that, because I'd like to, I don't want to just plonk down a nether portal somewhere and just be done with it. I want to put it somewhere meaningful. So it's very possible that that place meaningful will be in the Temple of the Old Gods. But first I've got to build the thing. So my plan is, hopefully within the next, before the next episode, I can come up with a design for the temple, and start putting it together at least, and figure out where this nether portal is going to go. And then we can go to the nether, and I can probably die, and that'll be the end of the series. So, you know, not to be a negative Nancy or anything, but, you know, let's face it, the nether's a terrifying place, and I'm like, this is hardcore, people. Alright, so that will do it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you very much if you've ever commented. And if you want to see more in the future, click the big red subscribe button. And I will see you, hopefully, in the next episode of me playing Minecraft. Yeah, I'm still not good enough to come up with a good intro and outro. See you later, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Ta-ta!